Everyone, we'd like to welcome you to our regular monthly board meeting. I'd like to call it to order. Great to see a good crowd tonight, full house. That's what we'd like to see. I'd like to wish everyone on behalf of this board a happy Thanksgiving, and hope you enjoy your long weekend and maybe get some shopping in. And if any of you need to know, I wear a bigger size than I did last year, so just keep that in mind when you're shopping, unfortunately. But just curious, how many people's going to eat turkey? Raise your hand. How many people's going to eat ham? Turkey like turkey wins, okay. You know, I like, just for the record, I'm going to have a shoulder, okay? All right, so I guess enough of that. We had a student that I know of these two, so I'm going to mention it. And a young man from Wheatmore High School had a bad accident, and his name's Caleb Dillon. And I'm not sure how he's doing now, but he's been in pretty bad shape. So, and also we lost a student from Wheatmore Middle School. And he was one of our star students, I think it was last year, and or the year before, one or the other, because I remember he was sitting right there on the front row, and Ethan Bradshaw. But let's keep those families in our prayer and all. They're going through a pretty tough time. Thanksgiving, it's a pretty sad time for them. So anyway, prayers might help them get through this. Okay. This time, Tracy, I'm going to ask you to lead us in a word of prayer.
Please bow our heads. Dear Heavenly Lord, we come to you tonight, Lord. Just thank you for the many blessings you've given to each and every one of our lives, Lord. And Lord, we just come to you tonight with heavy hearts that you touched this family who lost their young child, and touched the family of the young man who's in a terrible auto accident, Lord. And Lord, just be with us this coming week and the weeks abound, that we give you thanks. We give each other thanks for being friends and family, and give all our employees the thanks they deserve for the hard, tough job they do here from Randolph County School System. And Lord, we just ask you to be with us more tonight as we conduct our meeting, that you would give us the knowledge and wisdom to make this hard decisions as we have to do at times. Just put a blessing on each and every one of us. And once again, Lord, just bless each and every parent and students here tonight, Lord. Just let them know how much this school system, how much they mean to us. Lord, just have this holiday season, just go out and tell somebody we love them, and we appreciate them, and we love them. And Lord, we just thank you for sending your Son to die on the cross. Forgive us for our sins. We ask this all in Jesus Christ's name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Tracy. At this time, I'd ask that you stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, at this time, our superintendent, Dr. Gady, will share some comments.
Thank you, Mr. Cook. Just want to share some things that have been going on in the school system over the last month. We had our all-county chorus concert at Journey Church. Great event, showcased tremendously talented students from both our school system and the Ashburn City School System. I want to say thank you to Randy Kelly and his staff for allowing us to use Journey Church for this event. Throughout the month, we've had a lot of other events, reality store event on October 18 at Trinity High School. Duties and school staff led by Paul Owens was very instrumental in making that plan a great one for that day, as well as David Cross and Stephanie Adams with our staff and the school staff. On the 24th of October, I had a chance to go to a band and chorus concert at Eastern Randolph High School. And I just want to take a moment and congratulate Emily Scott and her students. Great performance all the way around. Great night at Eastern Randolph. 26th of October, I had a chance to visit Farmer Elementary School. I think I saw Judy here tonight, Judy Cagle, and her staff did a great job. Jamie Staley's in the audience, I do believe, lead teacher, had a guest reader, and it seemed like it'd be a great event. Everybody seemed very happy and enthused about what was going on in the building. On October 28th, we had our annual Super Saturday Middle School football event at Southwestern Randolph High School. Thank you, Brian Hodgson, for making your facility available for that. And want to congratulate all the football players, cheerleaders, fans, parents, and coaches, student fans, parents, and coaches who were at that event all day long. Great event for our school system. And especially want to congratulate Southwestern Randolph Middle School, who won the championship that day, or that night. Had a chance the night before Halloween to go to John Lawrence to a Title I reading night, and Anthony Ward and staff did a great job with that. There were students everywhere. The building was full of parents and students, which makes me feel very good as we continue to move further and further into the future and inviting parents and kids to our schools. I see Justine Carter in here in the crowd tonight, and had a chance to go to her data discovery and student recognition event on November 3 for the Virtual Academy at Randolph and Journey Church. I thought it was a tremendous event. I want to thank Justine, her staff, for making that a great event. And again, we used Journey Church, and again, the staff was very gracious to let us use their facility. Veterans Day was just the other week, and had a great opportunity to go to Veterans Day event at Grace Chapel. Lori Johnson and her staff did a great job, as did one that I go to every year on the 9th of November. I had a chance to go around in high school, and Corey Phillips and his staff members had another great Veterans Day assembly. Last week, I had a chance to attend some award assemblies at Level Cross, Trinity Elementary, and Coleridge, and wanted to say a big thank you to the staff members of those schools and the principals for the ways they made recognized children for their great work, and also made students feel special. Ended my day on Friday. Actually, that was Thursday and Friday. Ended my day on Friday at Franklinville Elementary School as well. And just, it's always great when we recognize our children, like we're getting ready to right now with the Star 3 students and Star employees recognizing staff. Also had a special event on Friday as well for 11th grade students, and it again was at Journey Church. We had a career fair for 11th grade students, and David Cross, Stephanie Adams, and many staff members were involved. And it was just tremendous to see all the community partners come out and expose our students to different areas of work in our community. And just appreciate all of our partners, appreciate all the staff members who made that event special. Finally, I just want to say thank you to some elementary school teachers. We have a program called Leadership Reads, where leadership team goes to elementary classrooms and reads. We've been doing that for 11 years. And I'm a big proponent of all the kids in our school system need access to all the adults. And I enjoy hearing, we heard some stories today in leadership team about different experiences people had at schools. But last month I had a chance to visit Coleridge and Tabernacle and Randall Middle. It's 5th grade. And just appreciate all of the elementary teachers who let us visit their classrooms. I always give a disclaimer that I don't know what shape the class will be in after I leave, but I'm going to have fun, and the teacher can get it all back in order when I leave. So it's been a great month. Wish everybody a great holiday. We are lucky. We have great people, great parents, great staff members, great students, and great community members around this school system. So we appreciate that, and that is not taken for granted. Every day we value the support we get from all those groups. So, Mr. Chair, that concludes my comments.
Thank you, Dr. Gannon. I was just thinking when you was talking about valuing and cherishing all, a lot of, you're kind of like the CEO of this company, and a lot of companies, they buy their, like board members' turkeys or something, but I didn't see any turkey or anything here for us, but that's okay. You don't do turkeys, do you?
Well, I do turkey. Well, I don't cook.
Right.
I don't cook.
But you know, the next time you throw a party, maybe Justine ought to name it for you. That's a pretty catchy name, Aslan. I like that. But since I'm on you just a little bit, you know, last week in Greensboro we had the North Carolina School Board Association meeting and all, and what was that, 115 superintendents
Yes.
in North Carolina. this superintendent here was in the final 8 of the state of North Carolina. Wasn't there 8 finalists there?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think he made it way on down the list too. Actually, he probably should have been the superintendent of the year, but you know what? It's politics and everything. You can't beat everything. But anyway, we told him, I said, well, you're our superintendent of the year. You know, we were very proud of him representing Randolph County School. I don't remember in my time, or I don't know if we've ever had anybody, a finalist like that, but we appreciate all you do, okay?
Thank you.
I guarantee it. See, that makes up for me
Well-
asking about the turkey, though.
One of my dear colleagues from another part of my career was named state superintendent. Very proud of him. Marvin has done a great job in Cumberland County, and very proud of him. And dear friend, dear colleague.
And you know, the thing about that gentleman, he beat some pretty tough health odds too, and actually probably wasn't supposed to be there, but he made it. And he's a survivor, so that was good too. All right, so at this time, need a motion to approve the October 16th, 2023 minutes.
I make a motion.
All right, have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, at this time, we're gonna move on to the recognitions. Ms. Amber Ward, she come up front and call out the names.
Thank you, Mr. Cook, and good evening to you, our other board members, Dr. Gainey, and to all of our guests. It's now time to recognize our STAR employees for November. The RCSS STAR Employee Award recognizes school employees who take responsibility, exhibit good character, and serve students on an ongoing basis. Each of our 32 schools awards 2 STAR employees each school year. Awards are presented to STAR employees at our monthly Board of Education meetings from September through February. For the 6th year in a row, Vicki Gallimore of Remax Central Realty is serving as the sponsor of our RCSS STAR Employee Awards. As sponsor, Vicki Gallimore is purchasing the 64 plaques to be handed out to our winners during the 2023-2024 school year. We are extremely grateful for Vicki Gallimore's support of our school staff members. STAR employees, as I call your name, please come forward to receive your plaque, and as the award recipient comes forward, anyone here in support of the STAR employee is welcome to stand. Employees remain standing at the front, and we will have an opportunity to take group photos at the end. Coleridge Elementary School, Jordan Conrad. Mrs. Conrad exemplifies a STAR staff member. She consistently goes above and beyond for her students. She is often working late in the afternoons to make sure she is prepared for the next day. She works hard to meet the needs of her students while maintaining a positive attitude. Her relationships with students allows them to meet her expectations while also challenging them. She is also a team player. Ms. Conrad has worked collaboratively with teachers in her grade level to minimize barriers to learning to allow students to have maximum learning opportunities. Mrs. Conrad shines bright and sets a good standard for how hard each of our teachers and staff members work to meet all of our students where they are each day. We are grateful for Ms. Conrad's commitment to our school and students, and we are very proud that she is Coleridge Elementary's STAR staff member. Eastern Randolph High School, Lane Moore. The spirit of the STAR Employee Award is to recognize teachers who are committed to student-centered service. Lane Moore is a true wildcat who goes above and beyond for our students, staff, and community. Mr. Moore is a well-versed historian who loves to engage his students in critical thinking and life application of history. Most any day, you can stop by and join in a spirited debate in his classes. Mr. Moore is a collaborative team player who works with all students to ensure their success, not just in his class, but in all areas of life. You can count on Mr. Moore to do any task, including driving a bus route to bring our students to and from school, and driving sports teams to their events. There is no job too big or small for Lane Moore. It is with great pride that we recognize Lane Moore as the Eastern Randolph High School STAR Employee for November. Jamie Staley. Jamie Staley begins every morning at Farmer by walking down each hallway to greet staff and students. She has a smile on her face and says things such as, "Good morning, beautiful," or "Hey there, it's great to see you." That's the thing about Miss Staley. If you are around her for any amount of time, you feel seen. You know someone cares. As our lead teacher, she helps our teachers with whatever they may need, from finding resources, planning, or staff development, to being a listening ear. Due to current vacant positions in our building, she is writing lesson plans each week for our EC classrooms and a 5th grade classroom. She doesn't do anything halfway and often takes on additional responsibilities that she really doesn't have time to complete. Yet somehow each task always gets completed while still finding time to build relationships with staff, students, and parents. Mrs. Staley is a true gem, and Farmer Elementary is proud to have Jamie Staley as our star employee for November. Seagrove Elementary School, Amy Wansley. Mrs. Wansley wears many hats at Seagrove. She teaches intervention groups to struggling students, goes to multiple grade level classrooms to work with students, and is a go-to person when dealing with student behavioral issues. Mrs. Wansley is always willing to drive a bus and help in any capacity around the school where she is needed. Mrs. Wansley is great at balancing all her many roles, and Seagrove is proud to call her our star employee. Southeastern Randolph Middle School, Chase Willard. Chase Willard is an 8th grade social studies teacher at Southeastern Randolph Middle School. Mr. Willard is always kind, pleasant, and respectful to students, parents, community members, and staff. He has taken on the responsibility of grade level chairperson and represents his grade level at the school improvement team meetings, where Mr. Willard sets a great example of what a leader is. The students and parents speak highly of him. The students who have the pleasure of learning in his class speak highly of their interactions with him. It is a joy to have Mr. Willard as one of our teachers here at Southeastern Randolph Middle School. Southeastern Randolph Middle School is delighted to say that Chase Willard is our star employee for November. Southmont Elementary School, Delaney Stillman. Southmont Elementary recognizes Ms. Delaney Stillman as our star employee. As part of our exceptional children's department, Ms. Stillman wears many hats and jumps in to help at a moment's notice. She nurtures and supports student success every day and goes above and beyond her assigned duties. Ms. Stillman is a valued member of our school community, and we are proud to honor her as Southmont Elementary's star employee.
Ms. Stillman, y'all remember her future father-in-law, her fiance's father passed away this weekend, and I know him personally because we were fellow firefighters and died at a young age of 51. So y'all remember Ms. Stillman and that family, please.
Southwestern Randolph High School, Katie McWilliams. Katie McWilliams is the epitome of a school principal's dream come true. She is an outstanding teacher who truly prepares her students for their futures, personally and academically. Though most of her coworkers are probably unaware of just how talented she is in the classroom. They know her better for her work with our new teachers and beginning teachers as our new teacher mentor. She is a sounding board for new and veteran teachers from all walks of their careers, and a relentless advocate for her coworkers, students, and profession. This year, we ask our teachers to spend time observing other teachers throughout the school year, and Ms. McWilliams continues to receive the most observation requests from her peers. The staff and students have a great deal of respect for her and the work she does, and look forward to seeing her in action. Undoubtedly, the continued success we see among our students has been impacted by not only her classroom instruction, but also her diligent support of the entire Southwest Randolph High School staff. For these reasons and so many more, Southwest Randolph High School is thrilled to nominate Ms. Katie McWilliams as our star teacher. Southwestern Randolph Middle School, Amy Smith. Amy Smith is a custodian and bus driver by title at our school, but she does so much more than what is outlined in the job description. She frequently volunteers time tutoring students, building relationships with students who are struggling, and completing tasks for her colleagues when they have to be absent from work. She fulfills her responsibilities incredibly well, but her overall service to our school and our students cannot be quantified by a rating. When someone thinks of what it means to go above and beyond, they need to look no further than Miss Amy Smith. For that reason, we are so excited to nominate Miss Smith as our star employee for November. Tabernacle Elementary School, Devin Wilson. Devin Wilson always goes above and beyond and truly loves her students. It is clear that she will do whatever it takes to help her students learn and thrive in the classroom. She comes in as early as needed and will stay until everything is ready for the next day. Ms. Wilson strives every day to be the best teacher for her students, and she is such a bright light to be around. She brings joy in everything she teaches, and her students adore her. She is an amazing friend and teacher to have, and Tabernacle is lucky to have her. She is hardworking, dedicated, and a teacher who has a heart for each and every child in her classroom. Ms. Wilson makes connections with students and supports them both inside and outside of school. Her dedication and willingness to go the extra mile are evident in all she does. Her integrity, reliability, creativity, and patience are just a few of the traits that she exhibits daily, and she has those same expectations for her students. She has been a great fit since she walked onto our campus. Tabernacle is proud to have Devin Wilson as our star employee. Roy Ridge 612, Mark Allred. Mr. Allred started out coaching middle school basketball at our school. He stepped into coaching simply because he saw a need and had previous experience in coaching and officiating. Once Mr. Allred stepped into this role, he obtained his bus license so he could drive the bus to go to away games. Then Mr. Allred obtained his bus certification. He noticed that there was a strong need for bus drivers across the county and knew the importance of getting kids to school. Mr. Allred then took a morning bus route for the remainder of the school year, arriving every day around 7:40 a.m. to get the bus warm and kids to school. Mr. Allred decided to apply for the distance learning position role within our school. This was a perfect fit because Mr. Allred has a way of holding students to high expectations while establishing strong relationships and encouraging them to do their best. Mr. Allred certainly does not need to do all the things, as this is more like a second career that has found him. Our school is a better place because Mr. Allred, which is why he is Roy Ridge 612 star employee. Virtual Academy at Randolph, Brittany Ramey. Mrs. Ramey is truly a rock star. She single-handedly runs the EC department at the Virtual Academy at Randolph. Ms. Ramey successfully teaches all the exceptional children in grades kindergarten through 8, creates and monitors student IEPs, plans intentional data-driven lessons, collaborates routinely with elementary and middle school colleagues, and does it all with a positive attitude, and only in her second year of teaching. She is an integral part of building and sustaining the familial culture in our building. Many staff start their mornings in her room, nestled around a cozy coffee bar which she has created. When it comes to facilitating specially designed instruction for her students, Ms. Ramey has demonstrated the ability to grow her students holistically, academically, behaviorally, and emotionally. As Voyagers, we believe all students can learn, and when you enter Ms. Ramey's Google Meets, it's evident that she embraces that belief each and every day. We are so proud of Ms. Ramey and honored to have her represent the Virtual Academy of Randolph as this month's star employee. We're going to get to a picture, so if you will all gather around. I'll be Ballard and Bill. I'm just kidding. I'm going up to the front. I know. You may be seated. Now it's time to recognize our Star 3 students for November. The Star 3 program honors students who are respectful, responsible, and doing the right thing. The criteria for selection can include being a role model for others, making positive accomplishments inside and outside of school, good attendance, passing grades despite obstacles in life, good behavior, and nomination from a faculty member. We again want to extend our gratitude to our Star 3 sponsor, Wayne Thomas Chevrolet, who will purchase the 96 Star 3 student plaques to be handed out during this school year. We are grateful for their support of our students. And now for the presentation of the Star 3 awards. Students, as I call your name, please come to the front to receive your plaque and remain at the front until all the students have come forward. Parents, other family members, or anyone else here in support of the student are welcome to stand. After all the students have come forward, there will be an opportunity to take photos at the end. Coleridge Elementary School, Branch Deaton. Branch Deaton is a great helper. He always chips in when there is cleaning to be done, and he jumps in to participate in all activities and discussions. He helps friends who are struggling to make the right decisions by leading them by example. Branch helps when his friends don't understand what they are supposed to be doing by guiding them, reminding them of the directions, and showing them how to do the activity or lesson. In class, Branch works hard to finish all his work, going above and beyond expectations to make sure the work is done properly and with pride. He is a leader both inside and outside of the classroom. His kindness and exuberance for learning have been an inspiration to his classmates and others around him. Branch deserves the Coleridge Star 3 student because he is a leader and an example for all. We are proud that Branch is a Coleridge Star 3 student. Eastern Randolph High School, Ian Moore. A Star 3 student should exemplify drive, determination, and grit. Wildcat senior Ian Moore exemplifies all those qualities and more. Ian is a true student athlete, maintaining high academic success while also being active in football, wrestling, and track and field. Ian is a member of the Wildcat Band and the Beta Club. Perhaps most importantly, Ian is one of the kindest, most compassionate, helpful, and respectful young men at Eastern Randolph High School. He always greets you with a smile and is ready to lend a helping hand. Ian has displayed great fortitude and grit to reach his goals during his 4 years at Eastern Randolph High School, and he is definitely leaving it better than he found it. We are proud to recognize Ian Moore as Eastern Randolph High School's Star 3 student for November. Farmer Elementary School, Braxton Hunt. Braxton Hunt is a smart, hardworking second grader who has been making a lot of good choices this year. He has grown into his academics and is working hard to express his wants and needs. He tries very hard in all of his classrooms on his assignments and is more accepting of help when he needs it. We are so very proud of Braxton in all the ways that he has grown. He reminds us that you should never underestimate a small but mighty Farmer student. Farmer is pleased to have Braxton Hunt as our Star 3 student for November. Seagrove Elementary School, Madeline Edmondson. Maddie is the sweetest person and always has a huge smile on her face. She loves to come to school and learn. Maddie tries hard and always wants to get better at anything she does. Maddie is kind to her classmates. She will compliment other students and is always the first person to offer to help someone. Maddie is a joy to be around, and that is why Seagrove is proud to nominate Maddie as our Star 3 student. Southeastern Randolph Middle School, Grace Glass. Grace Glass is an 8th grade student at Southeastern Randolph Middle School. Grace is a very sweet, caring, helpful young lady. She always puts her best foot forward and doesn't hesitate to help others, and does so while always having a smile on her face. She enjoys helping others in class and encourages those around her. Grace is driven to excel academically and works very hard daily, which is noticed by all of her teachers. She is part of the AVID elective, which she has used to establish a vision for her future. Grace always shows that she is cooperative, attentive, trustworthy, and successful. Southeastern Randolph Middle School is proud to say that Grace Glass is our Star 3 student for November. Southmont Elementary School, Alexander Ortiz Fernandez. Southmont Elementary recognizes Alexander Ortiz Fernandez as our Star 3 student. Alexander is a model student. He is polite and kind to everyone. He is very smart and strives for excellence in all academic areas. In the words of his teachers, he is a joy to have in class, is selfless, and is a great caretaker of others, always ensuring that other students have a positive experience in school. As a Southmont Mustang, Alexander strives to be ready, responsible, and respectful each day, and we are proud to honor him as our Star 3 student. Southwestern Randolph High School, Bethany Latham. Southwestern Randolph High School Star 3 student is Bethany Latham. Bethany has such a vibrant and energetic approach to life. She comes to class each day with a sense of excited anticipation, and her questions and class participation sparks insightful class discussion. Her positive attitude makes her a friend to her classmates and a team player. She is a genuine, sweet person who cares deeply for people and pushes others to succeed. She is a person who has faced obstacles and challenges and met them with grace and resilience. She has never given up, even when most would have. She juggles a strong academic school schedule with sports, work, and family commitments, but has never shied away from pushing harder and striving to be her best. She is a joy to have in the classroom and a model of Cougar spirit and pride. Southwestern Randolph Middle School, Violetta Cardoso. Violetta Cardoso is a wonderful student with a bright and cheerful attitude. She completes her work on time and is very helpful in class. She has such a creative mind and excels in art. She always goes above and beyond on our projects while including her creative details. She asks thoughtful questions and finds ways to think creatively to execute the task on time. Violetta's art teacher, Miss Accord, who nominated her, says she is one of my best students, not just because of her incredible artistic skills, but also because of her overall attitude, performance, and demeanor. Additionally, Violetta has just been inducted into the National Junior Beta Club, of which she is an active member, and she continues to exhibit hard work and perseverance across all subject areas. Southwest Randolph Middle School is proud to call Violetta our Star 3 student. Tabernacle Elementary School, Eli Long. Eli cannot attend tonight. Eli Long positively represents Tabernacle Elementary School. He greets everyone he sees with a smile daily. Eli arrives at school with a positive attitude and a willingness to learn and help anyone he can. He is kind to his classmates and teachers and always makes everyone feel special and included. He is friendly and respectful to all students as well as staff members. If you see him in the hallway, he is always kind and speaks to you. In the afternoon at dismissal, you will see him speaking to every staff member, telling them bye and to have a good evening. Eli is a student that is a joy to be around, and he shows courage every day. He brings the sunshine out on a cloudy day. Tabernacle is proud to have Eli Long as our Star 3 student. Uwharrie Ridge 6 through 12, Jackson Tysinger. If Jackson Tysinger could be summed up in a word, that word would be empathetic. Jackson immediately brightens a room when he walks in, using good-natured humor to make people stay every day. Jackson has built strong connections with every student and teacher he has interacted with, by being truly humble and caring, traits that not all of us possess. On the academic side, Jackson is a strong writer who has developed a passion for penning historical fiction short stories both in and outside of school. Jackson is a diligent worker who completes his work in a timely manner, only to immediately ask his peers or the teacher if they need help with anything. Overall, Jackson is a funny, intelligent, and hardworking role model, and your Warrior Ridge 612 is proud to announce him as its Star 3 student. Keep up the great work, Jackson Tyson. Virtual Academy at Randolph, Levi Presnell. Levi is new to the Virtual Academy at Randolph this school year and was instantly loved and respected by the staff and his peers. Levi is optimistic. He takes the phrase, "come to class with a positive attitude," seriously. Levi comes to class prepared and willing to learn every day. He believes in perseverance over excuses and does not allow his life circumstances to prevent him from showing up and showing up big. Levi is always the first to take initiative in class, especially when his fellow classmates need help. Levi is a pure and kind soul. We are proud to have him represent the Virtual Academy at Randolph as this month's Star 3 student. All right, Ms. Fowler is going to get your picture, so y'all can squeeze in. Very good, congratulations. You may be seated.
All right, that concludes our awards. You're welcome to stay, or you're welcome, if you have a better option, you're welcome to stay.
Sounds like there's
Yeah.
better options.
It was only picking and sit back. No, just kidding. Guys, have a nice Thanksgiving. Oh, wait a minute, yeah.
Y'all got up, I said, are we on?
I know. I know he was totally bored this too.
See what else wants to
I mean, that's the usual one says that.
So, I mean, you know, I'm from Davie, so you know, I don't know anything about Davie. I'm trying to decide what hat I want to wear. Maybe somebody else there because. She was thinking like Trinidad or.
Why is that later on?
Like you said, they told me it was too much. And I was like,
I question it.
yeah, I was a little,
Right, but good to see
I haven't
you.
decided what hat to put on myself. I'm sorry.
They can charge them all they want.
All right, we had no one to sign up for public comments, so we will move right along to,
You got two out there. Y'all want to say anything?
And you did a fine job.
and you know what, it's the closest we've ever had them to staying. The crowd, they were, I thought they were gonna stay. You know, if I had to say something, a few of them might have stayed, that would've been nice. But, at this time, we need a motion to adopt the meeting agenda.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Hey, I guess you're ready to go, right? Go ahead.
Yes, the board members have several gifts tonight to present. First gift is November 13, Carrie Cole sent me an email regarding a gift for a school amount of $500 from Deep River Baptist Church to be used on student needs such as food, clothing, and basic needs. I accepted this gift on November 13, and it's an information item since it is $5,000 or less per board policy 8220. The next set of gifts come from Northeastern Randolph Middle School. During the time period of October 16 to October 26, Anthony Roach made me aware of several gifts given to the school. Anthony's principal at school. James and Virginia Ruth donated $25 to be used for the school's backpack program. This is Families in Need. I accepted this gift on October 16. Bethlehem United Methodist Church donated $112 for the school's backpack program to assist families in need. And I accepted this gift on October 25. And then the Run 5, Feed 5 organization donated $2,000 for the school's backpack program to assist families in need. I accepted that gift on October 26. All of these are information items to be $5,000 or less. We had some gifts from Trinity Elementary School during October 12 to November 13 time period. Ginger Williams, principal of Trinity Elementary School, made me aware of 3 gifts. One is from LA Tire, in the amount of $100 for playground updates, and I accepted this gift on October 15. The War Dogs football team donated $500 for playground updates, and I accepted this gift on November 6. And Lowe's Foods in Archdale donated $1,637.73 for playground updates, and I accepted this gift on November 13. Again, all of these gifts were $5,000 or less of their information items. The last gift I bring to you tonight comes from Wheatmore Middle School. On November 3, Bruce Carroll, principal of Wheatmore Middle School, made me aware of a gift given to the school by Lowe's Foods in Archdale in the amount of $404.90. The use was unrestricted, so the school has flexibility to determine its use, and I accepted this gift on November 3, and it's an information item since it's $5,000 or less for board policy 8220. So board members, this concludes the gifts I bring to you tonight from members of our community in support of our schools.
Thank you, Dr. Gaines. All right, Ms. Waddell.
Board members, I bring to you tonight 2 grants. The first one is a Bright Ideas grant that was received by Farmer Elementary School in the amount of $1,675 on October 16th. The grant will be used to provide funding to purchase a STEM activity cart with hands-on activities for students in her K-3 combo class. Kelsey King is responsible for submitting this request. The next grant that I bring to you is a Run 5, Feed 5 grant. For Northeastern Randolph Middle School received this grant in the amount of $400 on October 26th. The grant will provide funding for backpack programs to address school childhood hunger. Michelle Futrell, who is a social worker, was responsible for submitting this grant. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Lowe.
Good evening, board members. Tonight we have 6 purchases that per board policy 6420. They're more than $50,000, so these are presented for your information. The first one would be Pilot School Solutions, cloud-based library and textbook automation system, $57,683.17. Then we have a few service contracts, the Stepping Stones Group LLC for speech and language services, $66,000. Communication Access Partners Incorporated, EC Interpreting and Translation Services, $70,000. And then the final service contract, East Carolina University Beginning Teacher Support, $84,000. And then the last two would be an activity bus purchase from Caroline Thomas LLC, $133,347. And rent, heat, and oil for diesel and fuel as a blanket PO, $175,000.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks.
You know, just, I was looking at the price of, and I may be wrong, but it seemed like when we first started, like, you know, the county, the pot of money come to the county, like, to buy the activity buses, where it used to be like each school or district would buy. But an activity bus, they have almost doubled, haven't they? I mean, I think when we first started, an activity bus was like 65,000 to 70 if you had a handicap.
The last one I bought as a high school principal was 62,000, because where I was, the schools had to buy their buses. And, it's funny you're saying that, but I'm thinking about last year's cost was 108,000, I believe. That seems a little bit off, but it wasn't 133.
I'm thinking, we started this back when, right when each, I think, Province Grove and Wheatmore each got an activity bus, I think. And then they had a new one, and then they had an old one. And that's kind of when it switched, so that's been what, 12, 13 years ago, they went from 65,000 to 133. That's a jump.
About 30.
Amazing. Thank you, Todd.
What do we get the, like for the ECU, the beginning teacher support, what is that?
It's, staff development, it's, it's direct staff development for BT ones and BT twos, Andrea, mainly, is it not? And, and we have to provide direct support for them. We've used this group for, or this service, I've got as far back as 2021 school year, because the first year and second year teachers, we have to provide for state board policy, we have to have something direct, and it's, PD, it's also coaching for them, and our BTs take advantage of this. I mean, it is a value, I think it's valued. It does come in at $2,400 per beginning teacher. That's the fee. So that's how it's continued to jump. It was originally $2,200 when I was.
Do they provide this, do they receive the support virtually or is it in person?
They get weekly coaching sessions, so that coach goes in and sees them weekly.
Okay.
Face to face, yes, they get some additional coaching. But the other thing that's important to know is that the professional development, that's open to all of our BTs, even the BTs that are not in the program. So it reaches more than just the 35 individuals who are getting the coaching.
Yeah, Andre, I've got, last year, I guess, it reached 165 between coaching and PD. 130 of them took advantage of the PD. So that's powerful. I mean, and to Andrea's point about the value of you know, or our thoughts have been coming in 1 to 5 rating. Both areas, coaching and PD rating was a 4 last year. So that's strong. You know, when you're considering the different people were receiving this, 5 being the highest.
Okay. Gosh, I think it's the first time I don't remember not having consent items, but we finally get all the policies and everything updated, or we pretty good shape?
Yeah, we are, but we're getting ready. We just received some for
Okay.
the ones that came out of last legislative session. Just came in this week, so we'll be bringing some.
Jill and Elizabeth found something up the bills for.
We had a nice, peaceful round of conversation at the school board meeting, getting everything fixed up for the future, right, Fred? Shannon, it was, Lord have mercy.
You got to take 18 board members with you the next time.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, I'm back to bring you the school improvement plans for schools that are not designated as low performing and/or additional targeted support and improvement, ATSI. These schools are school improvement plans that were developed through the comprehensive needs assessment that started in February. The 23-24 plans were revised by school improvement teams to reflect the current data, and the school improvement template is provided by the NC STAR electronic platform. We have 15 schools that are non-low performing schools. So I bring those plans to you tonight. The separate Safe Schools plan that are part of the continuous school improvement will be presented in closed session. A comprehensive crisis management Safe Schools plan was developed at the district level for consistency. So that is the first document that I bring to you. The second document that I bring to you is the update on the preliminary plans for school improvement for the low-performing schools and/or additional targeted support and improvement schools, ATSI schools. We brought those to you last month, October 16, 2023. It is required by state law that a letter be sent home to the parents of the students of those schools, and those letters were sent out to those students in those 12 schools between October 6th and October 13th. Are there any questions? Mr. Burgess, I have all of the plans in that box for you tonight.
If I can't sleep at night, I'll read it, don't worry.
And board members, you don't need to take a motion to the end of the meeting because Dale will present, as Kathy said, there's 15 safe school plans that we didn't bring last time, we didn't bring those. And one other thing, Kathy and her staff had these 17 that she's bringing back, posted for 30 days per law, so, and looked at whatever came in on that,
And there were no comments. We posted those plans for 30 days and there were no comments made today.
When they first started this several years ago, I guess you would have people who would switch schools. Is that still?
Because of the low performing staff?
Yes, that doesn't happen anymore. But then, way back one time they did that, I remember, yeah, was that an opportunity?
yeah, and I'm not sure it's still not in that
I
legislation.
just wonder, I've never heard it changed, but I know it don't happen anymore. I guess there's too many of them now, I don't know. The way that,
Well,
I
I
don't know
think
how it
that
works.
people are truly vested in the schools that they go to and they want to see them improve and they feel like they can stay there and help that process.
When it first happened, they tried, it was just a big,
You're talking about students.
well, I
There
mean,
was,
Student staff.
yeah, it was just like, oh my gosh, it's like, I still think that the whole grading systems and that stuff myself, I mean, I had someone ask me like last week and they were thinking their school was like, because of the letter, the letter grade and all, they thought it was not doing well. And I called Dr. Gainey, I said, help me out on this a little bit, and come to find out that school, they really jumped, but it's hard to jump 15 points, I mean.
Well, it was one of the schools that jumped, we talked about that, you can jump in that letter grade range 10 points and not get out of that. And it was a school that jumped, I would say 10 points, 7 points on composite, got growth, didn't get growth in 21, 22, it was a great year, other than they just didn't change their letter grade. But they're on a trajectory to change that, because now they're up there at that top level, so.
But the sad thing is, they don't say anything,
That's,
they just leave that letter grade. Oh, congrats, you missed that, if you fall into that little.
I wish the state would break out a little bit more, the number grade change. I wish
Yeah.
that could be, because there was a school, it went from 55 to 65, I think, almost
I think you're right.
on the number grade.
You know what the parents said? Oh, wow, they had no idea they had made them feel completely different about the school.
All they see is that letter grade and they think it's.
They see the letter grade.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Todd, welcome back. So Todd, we have what, one more?
One more.
Wow.
He has one.
Yeah, I have.
He has
We'll make it a long. Let's say we gotta
You
take.
know, it's kind of sad because Todd's been here ever since, you know, it's gonna be.
Ever since.
Ever since I've been here.
He's been here ever since he was here.
Everybody been here ever since. No,
God said, let there be light, and there was Todd.
I was gonna say, thank God, I'm like a
This
loose
is
streak.
this is starting a month early. I wasn't expecting this until next month.
Todd, you're done, just go, we'll take it.
We'll take intermission, that's what
I don't know that we're gonna get him back, Todd.
But I think what Gary's saying is, that it was just, he was the only.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. I mean, I've watched these guys come and go, women, you know, it's kind of, you become.
See, Todd,
Yeah.
you look just as young today as I can.
He has been.
Now, Gary, on the other hand, you know.
It's been harder on him being on the board than him being in the finance.
That's it. Many times has some
We've just
good
become
days.
wiser, right?
I know Todd before I was on the board.
Really.
I remember Tracy coming and sitting down in my office and asking me some questions before he joined the board.
So you're the reason he ran.
He wasn't asking me questions about that.
Forget everything I said.
Okay, all right.
You ready for the motion, Todd?
Yeah, I just need a motion. All right, so November 20th, and we're finally getting around to approving a budget for the 23-24 year. So I do want to say that the format of the resolution, the budget resolution, looks a little different than previous years. And that's was a recommendation by the auditors. And it aligns with our financials. The resolution is presented by Purpose Code, which once again aligns with the financials. Not that there was anything wrong with how we were doing it, but this just gives us a little bit more protection, and it's a little, makes it a little bit easier on us in the finance department, the way it's presented and the way we then true up our budget by June 30th. So if you remember, every year that I get up here and I say, you know, here's the budget resolution, this is what you're approving, and then we had that line item detail. We've gotten away, we're trying to get away from the line item detail. We'll go over a supporting document that backs up these numbers. So we'll talk a little bit more about that. But first and foremost, the budget resolution, I'll walk you through that because that truly is the document that you are approving for the 23-24 school year. So we'll break this down into sections, and each section will have 2 items, and it's by fund. So sections 1 and 2 outline the state funds. So basically, to begin the school year for 23-24, the state allotment is $117,689,931. That's the revenue, the expenditure, the budget side of the expenditures there, broken down into 3 different purpose codes. You see instructional services, system-wide support, and then ancillary services. So $104,676,519 for instructional. As you can see, most of our state money is for instructional services. System-wide support, that's mainly your central office support, $12,907,156. And ancillarily, that's basically anything not related directly to instruction. Child nutrition, school nutrition is probably the best example of that, $106,256. So there's your starting allotment, $117,689,931 for state money. Sections 3 and 4 would be our Fund 2 current expense funding. So this would be the money that we receive from the county commissioners. I will want to say the $24,762,040, $23,762,040 is from the county commissioners. $1 million is budgeted for fines and forfeitures. And if you'll recall, we were fully funded in the current expense allocation from the commissioners. It included $711,000 for continuation costs, $173,000 for increased salaries for lead custodians and school treasurers, additional school resource officer funds, $114,000, and we increased the supplement for classified employees by 1.5%, which was $430,000. So that expansion budget was $1,428,000, which is contained in that $24.7 million number. In section 4, the budget side, the expense side is broken down between instructional services, system-wide support, and program charges, which is basically payments to other agencies, which for the most part is our charter school payments. $24,762,040. Sections 5 and 6 would be our federal grant programs. $29,556,175.63 is how we're starting the year out. You see on the budget side, the expense side is broken down into those three categories: instructional services system-wide and non-program charges. Once again, $29,556,175.63. Section 7 and 8, capital outlay. Once again, funds from our commissioners. The $3,215,223 breaks down as follows: $3,115,223 from the commissioners, $2,165,223 of that is the regular allocation, and the facility upgrade plan of $950,000 is in that number also. And then Gary referenced it earlier, the activity bus program that we have internally, $100,000 is just what we budget there. We just kind of plug in that number, that gets us to the $3.2 million figure. Section 9 and 10 would be school nutrition. On the revenue side, the school nutrition revenue comes from several different sources. We have state and federal revenue, local revenue from sales, and then a fund balance appropriation is a separate category. Not that they'll spend the fund balance, but a lot of times they do plug in a fund balance appropriation number to balance out the budget. If you recall, they typically will budget more than they're going to spend, so unless they have expenses for some new equipment, some upgrades, a lot of times they will not use that fund balance. But their total budget to start the year would be $12,229,761. And all of their expense is in the 7,000 series, which once again, the ancillary services are those not directly related to instruction, which would be school nutrition. Sections 11 and 12 would be the RCO Trinity Tax Fund, $2,607,000 to start the year. And that is broken down into your 5,000 and your 6,000 instructional services and system-wide support, $2,607,000. And then the last section would be our restricted money, which is Fund 8. You hear me call it, refer to it as Fund 8 most of the time, to $3,255,000. And it's broken down into state and federal revenue sources, and then also local funds. And so on the budget side, on the expense side, we have instructional services and system-wide support services totaling $3,255,000. So when we total up all the funds, we get a beginning budget of $193,315,130.63. Once again, that is the budget resolution that you would approve tonight. Let's look at, if we can, let's look at the supporting documentation. And once again, this is laid out by fund, and it basically breaks it down by program. This is how most school systems that I've seen present their budget. Once again, the financials are laid out by purpose, those 5,000, 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 series. But with the state budget, we get our money in the form of programs. So we're kind of budgeting in two different ways. So I'm not going to go over all of these, but I'll let you look down through here, and basically these are our beginning budgets. There's 25 different state programs at the time, and that totals that $117 million number that you saw in the resolution. And you can see how it's laid out in the different categories. A lot of times you'll see these categories when I do a budget update, and I do a comparison between initial allotments from one year to the initial allotments in the prior year to see where we had increases and or decreases. So you see those 25 different programs there. Fund 2, local current expense. There's 14 of those. A lot of times you can kind of think about these programs as supplements to the state programs, because you often heard me say we don't receive enough money in non-instructional support. We don't receive enough money in central office administration. And so a lot of times these are just, some of these are mirrors to the state programs. So that $24,762,040 is our Fund 2 allocation. 21 federal grants to start the year. We still have the ESSER 3 money, PRC 181. You see that one probably jumps out at you, $15,430,000. But to start the year, $29,556,175.63 would be our federal programs. On the capital outlay side, the $3,215,223 budget, I did not list a separate program code because it's all the same program in our capital outlay fund. But I did do the headings, and you see how it's broken down. It's how we budgeted to start the year. You see the different categories.
So all those programs just go away when the ESSER money?
Which one? Going back to the federal.
Like all that ESSER money?
So, yeah, if you look at the descriptions beside the PRCs, typically the ESSER 2 funds, they expired at the end of this past September 30th. ESSER 3 will expire at the end of September 30th, 2024. So yes, those will go away.
That's a lot of money, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Capital and then school nutrition, Fund 5. Once again, it's the same program code, so I didn't repeat the program, it's just all one code. But $12,229,761 broken down between those different areas is how we're going to budget the funds to begin the year. And then AT tax, $2,607,000. The last line, $927,400 broken out between the schools for their individual $200 per student allocation. And then the Fund 8, you see the different five different PRCs there, ROTC, nursing grant, driver's ed, NC pre-K program, and the energy costs. Part of our energy costs, we budget energy in Fund 2, we budget the rest of it in Fund 8, $3,255,000, and there's our $193 million total that ties back to the resolution. And then, like I said, I know that looks a little different from the specific line item budget that you're used to seeing as the supporting documentation. I think this is a little bit cleaner. The line item budget is really just a carryover from years and years and years ago. It really wasn't a true picture of all of our line items. It was just kind of the main ones. But I think this gives you a good overview of how we're budgeting the money in the main categories. Answer any questions?
Was our low wealth this year compared to last year?
Low wealth this year is up around $800,000. Yes, which is good. Now some of that is going to go towards increased salaries and benefits because we have a lot of positions in low wealth. But it was a nice little increase for us. So
No, I'm just used to them cutting.
yeah, we were glad to see that. But I will say this, that it gets offset a little bit because in our at-risk money, in our 069 money, we took a hit there because statewide, they pulled some of that at-risk money and put it into a competitive grant. And so it's almost, that's how they funded the competitive grant. That was, that offsets our gain in low wealth a little bit.
What about our transportation?
Transportation is down a little bit. I'm trying to think, I don't know the exact number. I don't have the exact number in my head on comparison, but it's down a little bit, yeah. I would imagine that when you get your budget update at the January meeting, Marty will probably do a comparison between this year's initial versus last year's initial in state funds. That's always something good to look at.
This looks easier on you, I mean.
It is a little bit easier. Of course, we still have to do a lot of work on behind the scenes and keying the budgets in. But it's just a little bit cleaner. And it offers a little bit of protection. And I'll say that to say, when that line item budget is part of the presentation, some people could misunderstand that as like, okay, well, you approved, the board approved for us to only have this amount of money in a certain line item. It almost gets you out of the weeds a little bit in some situations, because truly, all you're doing is approving the resolution. You're not really getting into the detail of the different line items. So, we would just need a recommendation and approval for the 23-24 budget resolution.
So you have any more questions? If we have no more questions, I need a motion to approve the superintendent's 2023-2024 budget.
So moved.
We have a second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so motion carries. Thank you, Tom. I'm just gonna say welcome up, Mr. Brenton. I'm not gonna go into a big spiel about you or anything. Okay? I mean, I've already said I'm a blessed to tie, so. You started to leave a while ago, though, when I said, okay, if you, what something about if you,
You got a better option.
you got a better option, feel free to leave. And here he goes towards the door, so.
There's a lot.
Yes, I mean, I noticed that. I mean, you were one of the first ones.
Somebody stopped him.
I was honestly just going to congratulate you.
It just looked like he was taking it out, you know? I mean, yeah, worried about it.
Okay, board members. The calendar committee met and developed a draft of the 2025-2026 school calendar. The calendar includes 180 student days, 14 teacher work days, 11 holidays, and 10 annual leave days, for a total of 215 days as required by the calendar guidelines. It also includes an inclement weather makeup plan similar to the 24-25 school calendar. You have that calendar draft attached for your reference. I do want to say I appreciate the calendar committee and their work in developing the calendar draft, and Ms. Farlow, Ms. Whitaker, I appreciate y'all's help on the committee and your input on the calendar as well. I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have about the calendar.
That's great.
I think the calendar committee did a great job of spacing everything out throughout the school year. And it does, again, meet all the calendar guidelines.
It's like you ladies did a wonderful job. We appreciate you. And then once you volunteer for such a job like that, it's hard to get rid of. It's hard to get off of that committee.
Kind of like going to the state school board thing.
Yes, it's hard to get out of that. You know, this year was, I think, the most exciting I've ever been to. I mean, You know what, there was a school board, I'm gonna say this or I shouldn't probably. There was a school board member from Wake County got up, it was, I don't forget, it was strange. Anyway, I was just looking at everybody, I said, thank God Dr. Gainey come to Randolph and got out of that. I mean, it was, everyone that seemed to come up and speak, I mean, like, where did you get that? I mean, you
And they
know?
were all, I think, being added to the board too.
Yeah,
To
I
the
mean,
state
gosh,
board.
it was just, it was,
I think Gary
Worse.
was jealous that he
Oh,
think
yeah,
we one of those
they
that
approved
didn't
it.
get to go back.
yeah, it was,
How we gonna ever figure that out, Gary?
gosh.
Who gets to go, who don't get to go?
I mean, once you've been, I mean, like, after this year, I mean, I'm sure the same ones will wanna keep going. I'm so
Nah,
excited.
We
that's
didn't,
okay.
we didn't realize that Randolph County was the only one. We thought it was a punishment to have to go, but evidently it's a privilege with the
Yeah,
other.
because we're the only one that had
Well, they
four
probably
members.
go spend the week there.
Yeah.
Y'all gonna have to-
And those were two members, there was a big vote, you're gonna narrow it down to having two board members required to be there, regardless of, you know, how much, the size of your system. But, you know, that was what the recommendation from the state school board, they're gonna, or the state, they're gonna bring it down to 2. Well, we had the biggest fuss, everybody wanted to leave it 4, and they only had like 1 to 2 members there, but they couldn't get 4 anyway, but
Yeah.
they were fussing because they wanted to keep it 4, but interesting. It honestly, it makes you appreciate to serve on a board like this. It
It
really
definitely
does.
does.
That you can actually sit down, you may not always agree, but you can have a decent conversation, you can come to a conclusion, and you can walk out that door after a board meeting, and you're all, it's business, you're friends, everything's fine. And that's pretty special, because I'm thinking, what, 115? I doubt there may be 113, I don't know. Not many are like this. And so it filters too. I mean, from the top all the way down, you gotta water the plants to make them grow. And I'm gonna tell you, when I go to those meetings, I just think, there's no way that I would be on some of these. I wouldn't last 5 minutes. So, we need a motion to approve the first reading of the 2025-2026 school calendar.
A motion.
All right, Fred second. All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Vote. All right, before we go into that, one more thing publicly. You know what else we're lucky to have, Elizabeth? We're lucky to have a nice attorney that listens and has the best interest of the school system, and that, I can pick up the phone and not get, if you're bothering me, well, take the time and go over a situation,
We are thankful.
and and appreciate that too.
Yes, we are.
That's one of our things we're thankful for Thanksgiving.
That's right.
You don't have to get us a turkey, we appreciate it.
He's just trying to move up into all this.
Don't get us the number one instead of number, whatever they were, 7 or 8. All
No,
right,
we're
so,
not down that. She said we were one of the favorites.
Yes.
We're not seven.
yeah, we're moving up.
Yeah.
For
Oh.
sure, for sure.
All right,
We should
Sharon,
have got her a turkey and then we.
I should have got her a turkey,
Then we
and a
got
pumpkin
the
pie. Beverly, you need to make her one of those pumpkin pies like we had tonight.
You got a slice left.
Yeah,
She could
it's
get it
really
going.
good.
It was good.
Beverly didn't make it. Did you make it?
Beverly, you should have been quiet, I'm building you up here. All right, Sharon, you're up.
Oh, okay, sorry. The Randolph County Board of Education will enter into closed session pursuant to North Carolina General Statute 143-138.11 to preserve the attorney-client privilege to discuss confidential personnel matters protected by North Carolina General Statute 115C-319, and to discuss plans to protect school and public safety specifically provided in state statute.
Okay, we have the motion to go in closed session, I have a second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those in closed session.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carries. We need a motion to approve the classified personnel report.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion to approve the administrative appointments.
So moved.
Have a second? Second.
Second.
All right, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we need a motion to approve the preliminary plans for the school improvement plans for the 17 schools designated as low-performing schools and or additional targeted support and improvement schools.
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We need a motion to approve the school improvement plans for the 15 schools not designated as low-performing schools and or additional targeted support and improvement schools.
So moved.
Have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Need a motion?
So moved.
Have a second?